They call Crawford unbeatable, but when it comes to Canelo, the experts aren't so certain. In fact, many think he's walking into a fight he just can't win. Sean Porter, who knows what it takes to battle the best, has serious doubts about Crawford facing Canelo Alvarez.
The others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo, he's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam.
But ERS's breakdown points to a major factor: size and power. Canelo's punches aren't just heavy, they're fight-changing. If Crawford struggles with the early storm, surviving 12 rounds becomes nearly impossible. And with Canelo's likely game plan to overwhelm him before fatigue kicks in, the challenge only grows. Edgar Berlanga, who's faced heavy hitters, weighed in. His reason for backing the Mexican superstar was simple yet revealing.
What do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that is his weight.
Yeah.
Berlanga's point is straightforward: weight matters. His take highlights a key concern for Crawford: size and physicality. Canelo is naturally built for bigger weight classes, making his punches heavier and his presence in the ring more imposing. As Crawford moves up, he's stepping into uncharted territory against a fighter who thrives on wearing opponents down with relentless power and a clear size advantage. Coach Joel Diaz, a seasoned trainer who has worked with world champions and broken down elite matchups, isn't convinced. When it comes to Crawford versus Canelo, he doesn't hold back, questioning the narrative being sold to fans and making his stance crystal clear.
They want to give Crawford millions of dollars, right? But don't try to come and try to fool me, telling me that Crawford can beat Canelo. There is no way. There is no way that Crawford can beat Canelo.
Diaz's skepticism isn't just about hype, it's about reality. Canelo is a battle-tested fighter, used to trading blows with naturally bigger and stronger opponents. Crawford, while incredibly skilled, faces an enormous challenge stepping up against a powerhouse like Canelo. The size difference, combined with Canelo's fight IQ and experience at higher weights, makes Diaz's stance crystal clear: this is a battle Crawford may not survive. Eddie Hearn, one of boxing's most influential promoters, understands how the business side shapes decisions. While many experts see Canelo dominating, Hearn raises an even bigger question: Canelo might not even be motivated to take the fight, and his reasoning hits hard.
I don't think it's a fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight.
Hearn's point highlights the reality of expectations in boxing. Even if Canelo beats Crawford, critics may downplay the victory, claiming Crawford is too small. Canelo himself also shares this belief.
How do you feel about that?
Everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 weights plus less than me.
But that doesn't change one crucial fact: Canelo would likely unleash his full arsenal, aiming to dominate from the opening bell. For Crawford, it's not just about overcoming a size disadvantage, it's about proving he belongs in the ring with a seasoned powerhouse like Canelo. Teofimo Lopez, known for his bold opinions and sharp boxing IQ, didn't hold back when breaking down how Canelo would dismantle Crawford. Lopez believes Canelo's sheer physicality and experience are game changers, making this an uphill battle for Crawford.
Decision or stoppage if they fight in May, Canelo and Crawford?
Decision or...
And why does Canelo beat him, before you get out of it?
Listen, we can have the skills and everything, but jumping that much like that, jumping like that much, getting hit, I don't think Crawford's ever fought a fighter that's hit him directly just straight, constantly in the arms. And it's not because they can, they don't think that way.
Appreciate you.
Gotta clear it up, Rod. Remember, this man's been pro since what, 14?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
15.
Yeah. Doesn't make a big difference.
No.
Lopez highlights a key factor: Crawford has never faced an opponent who applies relentless pressure while delivering punishing shots, even when they're not aimed at the head. Canelo's strategy of breaking opponents down with relentless body and arm shots is a nightmare for smaller fighters. With Canelo's years of elite experience and devastating power, Lopez suggests that Crawford's ability to stay defensively sharp could be pushed to its breaking point. And Teofimo didn't stop there, he made a bold prediction.
What round does Crawford get knocked out? I'm gonna put 8. Let's put it on the universe. So I'm gonna put it on 8. 8. And if it goes the other way, I 8. You know, I 8. So yeah, Ryan, Joe, and Eddie Reynoso also. That'll be cool, man. We all get work. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our own underground boxing, me and Ryan, before we fight.
And Teofimo didn't stop there, he made a bold prediction. Lopez suggests that Crawford's ability to stay defensively sharp could be pushed to its breaking point. With Canelo's years of elite experience and devastating power,
you know, at the end of the day, they're two great pound fighters, and if they feel like, you know, it makes sense and they want to fight each other, stylistically it's a great fight. But you know, Canelo, he's a big dude, and I think it'd be hard for anyone to beat him at 168. But you know, it's definitely a big money fight, and that's why we're all in boxing, in order to make the biggest fights.
Garcia's warning sheds light on a harsh reality. Canelo's dominance at 168 pounds is a massive challenge for any fighter, even one as skilled as Crawford. While this matchup could define legacies, the physical gap might simply be too much to overcome. Keith Thurman, a former champion and one of boxing's sharpest minds, knows exactly what it takes to win on the biggest stage. But when it comes to Canelo versus Crawford, Thurman isn't just concerned about the fight itself, he's worried about everything that would need to align perfectly for Crawford to even have a chance.
I don't want to say it's impossible for my boy Crawford, but it's one of those things where if he really wants to win against Canelo, he's going to need to do everything. You know, you're going to need to run uphill. You're going to need to train in high altitude. You're going to need to do every little thing that gives you that, you know, athletic edge, and lots of pre-fight meditate. You know, you got to see victory before the victory manifests.
Thurman paints a clear picture. This fight won't just test Crawford's skill, but his ability to push himself to the absolute limit, both physically and mentally. And yet, Canelo's overwhelming size, power, and experience at higher weights make this challenge seem nearly impossible. Even with Crawford giving everything in training, Canelo's relentless pressure and pinpoint precision could be the deciding factor between victory and a harsh reality check. Roy Jones Jr., a legend in his own right, has a deep understanding of Canelo's style. While many focus on the weight advantage, Jones zeroes in on something even more critical: Canelo's fight strategy. For Jones, it's not just about size, it's about how Canelo controls the tempo and takes command from the opening bell.
The weight won't be the factor will be how Canelo chooses to make the fight. Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins the fight. Canelo comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight.
Jones is clear, Canelo's approach will decide the outcome. If Canelo sticks to his strengths, using his power and relentless pressure, Crawford could find himself overwhelmed. But if Canelo gets too fancy or overthinks the fight, Crawford's slick skills and adaptability might create an opening. The big question is, will Canelo stick to what works, or will Crawford's sharp counterpunching force him into unfamiliar territory? Chino Rivas, a seasoned figure in the fight game, doesn't hold back when discussing Crawford stepping up to face Canelo at 168. He understands the stakes, both financially and physically, and has a direct message for Crawford.
Canelo's just too big, and he's just a different animal. You know, leave the Canelo for the big boys like the David Benavidez, the Morel, or, you know, all the others, you know, coming in that weight class. People, and Crawford's smart enough to understand, you know, even though it's a payday, just leave that alone. I mean, unless they talk about they guarantee him $15 million, well, you know, and then you know, it's a business aspect as well. But other than that, I think he shouldn't. I prefer to see him fight Charlo at 54 instead of Canelo.
Rivas's warning underscores the massive challenge Crawford would face against Canelo at 168. This isn't just about money, it's about survival. While a fight with Charlo at 154 might be more manageable, stepping into the ring with Canelo at super middleweight is an entirely different beast. Ribas believes Crawford needs to seriously weigh the risks before chasing a payday that could cost him more than he expects. Sherban Davis, who has trained alongside both Canelo and Crawford, offers a unique perspective on this potential showdown. Having first-hand experience with Canelo's power and size, Davis is convinced this won't be an easy fight for Crawford, no matter how skilled he is.
You know, everybody knows that Crawford got the skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big for Crawford. It'll be a tall task for him to win. It'll be a lot you have to. It'll be a lot to get that victory based on, you know, size alone. Not that size won't fight, but you got a guy that got size and skill. And it'll be hard. I mean, nothing's impossible. But if I had my money on somebody winning the fight, it'll be Canelo Alvarez. You know, Terence Crawford is a great fighter.
Davis doesn't doubt Crawford's talent, but his concern is clear: Canelo's size and power at 168 are major obstacles. While Crawford's skill might keep him competitive, the combination of Canelo's strength and experience at this weight class could be overwhelming. Davis is putting his money on the fighter who can impose his will physically, and that's Canelo. Robert Garcia, a highly respected trainer with years of experience, isn't one to make bold predictions without solid reasoning. When breaking down Canelo versus Crawford, Garcia's analysis goes beyond raw talent. He focuses on the strategic elements that could shift the fight in favor of the Mexican superstar.
Robert, what's a smart bet on Crawford-Canelo? Canelo by knockout or Canelo by decision?
Crawford by decision. You have to bet?
Yes.
I think Canelo by decision. I've always been saying, I think Canelo at the end, obviously his strength, his weight,
experience,
body takes over.
Garcia's analysis is clear: Canelo's size and strength could wear down Crawford's skill over 12 rounds. While Crawford is an exceptional boxer, Canelo's relentless pressure and ability to adapt make him the more likely fighter to control the entire fight. Garcia predicts a decision win for Canelo, believing his all-around ability will allow him to dominate without needing a knockout. Stephen A. Smith, known for his sharp and often blunt sports analysis, weighs in on this potential matchup. His focus is simple: while Crawford has the skill, it's Canelo's sheer power that could be the ultimate deciding factor in this fight.
My concern is that he won't hurt Canelo. And if he doesn't hurt Canelo and can't hurt Canelo, then Canelo keeps coming. Similar to how he stalked Charlo, how he stalked, once he had Plant hurt, he chased after him. Canelo is a very powerful individual who can get exposed by a boxer, because every shot he throws, he's trying to make it a power shot. But to me, can Crawford hurt him? I would pick Crawford to win if he can box and stay away. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. If Canelo catches him, it could be trouble.
Smith highlights a crucial issue for Crawford: without the ability to hurt Canelo, his superior boxing skills might not be enough to keep the Mexican powerhouse at bay. Once Canelo senses weakness, his relentless pursuit could easily overwhelm Crawford. While Stephen A. Smith acknowledges Crawford's potential to outbox Canelo, he ultimately believes the real danger lies in Canelo's power and aggressive pressure. If Crawford can't keep him off, it's only a matter of time before Canelo lands a fight-ending shot. Bam Garcia, a rising star in boxing, is no stranger to high-stakes matchups. His perspective on Canelo versus Crawford reflects his deep understanding of the challenges that come with facing an elite fighter like Canelo. While Garcia respects both boxers' skills, he sees Canelo's undeniable edge in size and strength as the defining factor.
What about Canelo and Crawford? What do you think?
That's going to be a great fight too. I can't believe they made that happen. Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Garcia's assessment boils down to one simple but crucial factor: size and strength. While Crawford's skill is undeniable, Garcia believes Canelo's sheer physicality would ultimately be too much for him. For Garcia, it's not about tactics or technical skill, it's about Canelo's brute force and power, which he feels Crawford might struggle to overcome. Despite the hype surrounding the matchup, Garcia sees Canelo as the clear favorite due to his physical advantages. Adonis Wilkins provides a sharp breakdown of a potential Canelo versus Crawford fight, focusing on a key issue many believe will be Crawford's downfall: the weight disparity. While Crawford has proven himself at 154 pounds, jumping 2 more weight classes to 168 against a powerhouse like Canelo presents an entirely new challenge. Wilkins doesn't sugarcoat it, he lays out why Crawford's skill advantage might be completely neutralized by Canelo's physical dominance.
Man, if paperwork is signed up, finished, if Crawford can get him to come down some weight,
Dog's gonna be at 68.
that's a bad look for Crawford. I love Crawford, dog. I think he's real talented, but you see him at 154 going up in weight class. He kind of struggled. He didn't struggle, but that weight was definitely a difference. To go up another 2 weight classes after that, we're gonna see a lot slower Terence Crawford. Yeah, his boxing ability is there, but Crawford don't hit like Canelo. Canelo's coming down for that fight. It's gonna be.
Garcia's assessment boils down to one simple but crucial factor: size and strength. While Crawford's skill is undeniable, Garcia believes Canelo's sheer physicality would ultimately be too much for him. For Garcia, it's not about tactics or technical skill, it's about Canelo's brute force and power, which he feels Crawford might struggle to overcome. Despite the hype surrounding the matchup, Garcia sees Canelo as the clear favorite due to his physical advantages. Adonis Wilkins provides a sharp breakdown of a potential Canelo versus Crawford fight, focusing on a key issue many believe will be Crawford's downfall: the weight disparity. While Crawford has proven himself at 154 pounds, jumping 2 more weight classes to 168 against a powerhouse like Canelo presents an entirely new challenge. Wilkins doesn't sugarcoat it, he lays out why Crawford's skill advantage might be completely neutralized by Canelo's physical dominance.
So I think coming up September, we got Canelo Alvarez, we got Terence Crawford. What's your thoughts?
I think I take Canelo. I feel like I ain't really like Bud performance when he moved up the first time, and I feel like Canelo might end up breaking him down. The difference is, well, we fighting bigger guys, they be much stronger and too, they're coming down from a higher weight originally. So it'd be that, their punches be a little stronger, and you moving up, you might feel a little sluggish, you might not be at your same speed and stuff like that, you might be a little off.
Wilkins highlights the uphill battle Crawford would face at 168 pounds, emphasizing that while he is an elite boxer, his power and speed are likely to be compromised against a fighter of Canelo's caliber. Even with Crawford's skill, the raw power and relentless aggression of Canelo would make it nearly impossible for him to keep up. Canelo's ability to exploit weaknesses could be the deciding factor. Wilkins confidently predicts a Canelo victory, believing his overwhelming size and physicality, especially coming down from 175, would overpower Crawford's technical abilities, making this an extremely tough fight for the challenger. Dennis Thompson Jr. adds his insight into the potential Canelo versus Crawford matchup, drawing from Canelo's own experience moving up in weight. Thompson strongly believes that Canelo's physicality and adaptability at a higher weight class give him a distinct advantage over Crawford, particularly when it comes to stamina and power.
Hey, listen, dog. Crawford fans, I've been trying to say this, dog. Canelo at 168 is all wrong for Crawford, dog. He ain't gonna do what he did. He's gonna absorb Crawford's shots, he's gonna catch and shoot, and he's gonna rip some shit. He's gonna cut off the ring, he's gonna even counter. He got faster hands than you expect. Canelo hands faster than Madrimov. Brother, you think he was strong at 150 and Madrimov was strong at 154. Canelo at 160 is diabolical, dog.
According to Showbiz The Adult, Crawford's usual strategy of relying on speed and footwork might not be enough against Canelo's superior strength and skill at 168 pounds. He believes Canelo's quicker hands and ability to cut off the ring will overwhelm Crawford, leading to a decisive victory. With Canelo's punching power and experience at higher weights, the deeper the fight goes, the tougher it will be for Crawford to survive. AS experts weigh in. One thing is clear: Canelo's size, strength, and relentless pressure might simply be too much for Crawford to overcome at 168 pounds. From seasoned trainers to former champions, the consensus is that Crawford faces an uphill battle. While his skill and adaptability are undeniable, the physical gap is something he can't avoid. Canelo, a fighter who thrives at these higher weights, may prove too overwhelming even for a boxer as talented as Crawford. So, the big question remains: can Crawford defy the odds, or will Canelo continue his reign as boxing's dominant force? The answer lies in the ring. But one thing's for sure, this is a fight everyone will be talking about. Share your thoughts in the comments below.